Alright, so I know it's been a minute since we've recorded, and if you guys are watching my my F124 career mode, you guys know that I'm still kind of under the weather. Just kind of keeping up on what we've been up to since we last recorded, because I haven't really been feeling well. Monthly car development. Do we have any designs? Research period opens on the 15th. Aero testing period starts. Period ends. So ATR period starts on the 29th. Research starts on the 15th. Do we have any regulations to go over? When do we get regulation changes? Sponsor plan, facility upgrade, facility upgrade. Are we getting it in June? July? I'm not sure when we're supposed to. New regulation vote. Let's check mark. I don't believe we already went through one. No, we did not. So the new regulation isn't till July after the UK. So we won't have to worry about that till later. We got something planned for storyline stuff for about the mid-season mark. But the plan is to have some pretty good upgrades for Monaco. Hopefully try to get points. And I believe I mentioned it beforehand in the last episode. We're going to go ahead and skip through to Miami. So we're going to do Japan and China. We're going to skip those, go over the results, and then we'll go through Miami. So I'm going to double check stuff behind the scenes, and we'll see you guys for the reviews for both Japan and China. Alright, real quick before the Japanese Grand Prix, let me go see where our guys ended up. 17 and 19, so yeah, out in Q1. Out in Q1, that is 17 and 20. Alright, let's go ahead and skip forward to the results. Alright, so a pretty heavy rain result. Logan Sargent out, Mick Schumacher out, so that's both of our drivers out. Pierre Gasly and Sergio Perez out. It drops us down the standings. Well, we were already down, so like I said, we aren't feeling under the weather. So yeah, so no progress there. What do we have for pit stops? We're still sitting at 10 points. Which, yeah, Sargent was out before the pit stop, and 2.950 from Schumacher. Neither of them met their targets. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the result. 20 and 21. Logan was one lap down, but Mick Schumacher wasn't, so that's an improvement somewhere that we weren't lapped down, even though it was a sprint race. And, basically, when we're simming forward like this, we're just basically trying to manage the behind the scenes to improve. Because when they DNF'd in Japan, we had to force some parts, and since we only have a level 1 facility for manufacturing, we're only limited to making 2 parts at a time. So let's go ahead and get to the results for the feature race. Alright, so we finished the Chinese Grand Prix, and apparently we had our first engine failure. I believe it was Mick Schumacher or Logan. Esteban Ocon was out as well. And yeah, so constructors were still sitting back there with Sauber and Alpine, no points. Haas has 1, Williams has 10. See where we're at with the still 10, 2.9, 2.8, 2.7, 2.9, so they had an issue probably. Schumacher's car, they hit their targets. I set low for those. 368k for that. Alright, so there we have it, our first and only practice session for Miami. As we get into sprint qualifying, we need to make sure that we get into our new parts. We were using old parts for practice. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into qualifying.
Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
Alright, Sergeant's going to be coming across the line here in a few moments, coming around the final few corners for their first qualifying run. Let's see if these parts help at all. And that time is going to be 1:31.6. Schumacher's coming in behind with the
Okay, that's
3/10 difference.
P1. Pierre, join in the
Alright,
box.
let's go ahead and jump
Copy.
over to our next run.
P2 currently.
Coming down the back straight for the rest of Sprint Quali 1. Sergeant 3.2 behind the leader on the window. Mick Schumacher in the red. Let's see if they improve. Got a gold sector 1 and 2 for Sergeant. It's going to be no improvement.
Okay, currently
Schumacher did
P17.
improve. That still puts us in danger for
Currently,
the rest of the drivers behind us, so we'll have to
just
wait
get
and
right
see.
on the mirrors.
Alright, so that's what I was worried about. And I didn't realize it till after we forgot to put the new parts in for the sprint race. But I will make sure to do that for the feature race.
Hello and welcome as our Grand Prix weekend continues, and the sprint will soon be upon us.
And of course, the big incentive here is getting a few extra points on the board, with the top finishers in the sprint set to add to their championship tally.
But who will be victorious in the Miami sprint? We'll soon find out. And here in Miami, it's time for the sprint. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alright, gonna be one lap underneath. I'm gonna go ahead and risk curbs.
Copy.
I'm gonna leave defending neutral.
Watch those curbs.
I'm gonna push them hard.
And we are about to push a little bit more on the tires.
And we'll dump battery
Let's push, come on.
here for the
Overtake available.
see what we can do here. And see if we can keep them from fighting each other.
Sorry, we need a bit more lift off where you can.
Copy that.
But it looks like they're carrying some kind of fault.
Alright, so a few laps into the sprint race. Schumacher's doing better. And we're still trying to push these soft tires, see if we can get some points. Alright, seems like a lot of people are still trying to hold on to their old parts. Probably for the feature race. You can see all these yellow markers. Sonoda, Leclerc, and Sainz having the worst of it. As Mick Schumacher's up in the P14, we still got to get up in the P8. But it's a good push from him. Sergeant's still back in P19. He's running on even fuel. I guess we can run some ERS for a little bit.
You've got
See if we
everything.
can get
You've
some
got
more
everything.
progress.
Press on hold available.
Copy.
But yeah, so far these soft tires are running pretty good.
Available.
Let's see what we can do. Alright, so Schumacher fighting Bottas for P14. It seems like they're pretty solidified in this position. No points for us here for the sprint race. I just hope that we can get some points after we put some more parts on for the feature race if it lets us. So let's get to the end of the race.
Big lift into 14, please. Lift and coast is required for temperature.
Alright, so that's Schumacher
That is
P16
the
after the
check.
sprint. Sargent holds on to
Okay,
P19.
so we finished P16.
All right, good job.
Decent run for Miami, even though we forgot to put some parts on, but that will be hopefully a better result for the future race.
Great, thank you.
Alright.
No points means Logan Sargent leaves empty-handed after today's sprint.
Yep, and with a P19 finish, they'll need to pick themselves up after that.
Alright. So we do have another qualifying session where the Parc Fermé does open up.
Qualifying is coming up.
And let's see about putting those parts in. Yes, we can. I don't have it. God damn it. See what parts we can put in from what we have and go from there.
And green light.
Alright, so we're coming into qualifying here for the future race, and I realized that I only have one extra part. All the other ones are still in development for Monaco, and yet again, I am under the weather, so I am easily forgetful, as we're going to go ahead and send our drivers out here for first qualifying. Hopefully we can get into Q2, but we'll have to wait and see, as we've only had, I believe, only one Q2 showing so far this season. So let's see what our guys can do.
So we'll go for a nice steady out lap to begin with.
And let's see where they end up. Sargent coming across the line, 129. Yeah, the going off track is not going to help Sargent at all.
Negative. Take it easy in your in lap.
Copy.
And we're sticking with this livery for now. The purple to blue transition. And I don't know if I said it in the last episode, but the livery, the front end of the livery, looks like the Alpine, Alpine-esque type car. But yeah, so not really a good time frame here for first qualifying session, especially with the one part that we have that's installed to the car. But we'll just have to play with it as we go and hope that we get into Q2. Alright, so here we are, coming down the back straight. We actually just finished recording, at the time I'm recording this, we just finished recording Miami in our F1M24 career mode. Both of our drivers not looking forward to qualifying. Sargent 20th and Mick Schumacher 20th and 21st for the race. So no Q2 quite yet, but we're still hoping for some improvement come Monaco. We're basically turning towards a more heavily behind the scenes build for the season, since the car is basically running as best as it can, and we're running low on money right now, so we'll have to wait to spend some more expenses and going from there. So let's get to the race.
We're almost ready to go here in Florida as we look forward to 57 laps of F1 racing.
The Miami Grand Prix arrived onto the calendar in 2022 with much fanfare, and F1 history is still very much being written here. Drivers have to take chances around the street circuit and hope those chances turn into victory.
Spectacle is the name of the game here in Miami, with a stadium at the heart of this track. With long straights and S-bends, not unlike Suzuka's Sector 1, proper ERS management is sure to give drivers an edge towards victory. It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Alright, that was a great shot of Sargent there. I don't know if he was stretching or not, but we're gonna have to see what we can do here, starting from the back of the grid. And like the sprint race, we're gonna run hard. There was a tactic video that I watched. If you guys didn't notice how we were avoiding curves in clean air, driving in clean air, and then running our compounds on hard tire to conserve time. So, what we're gonna try and do is see what we can do about that. It doesn't look too nice, but see what we can do here, and we'll see you guys at the beginning of the race.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. This could be a big race for that man, right there, Lewis Hamilton.
There's plenty to work with starting 8th. With the right calls, they could even make up a place or two.
This should certainly be a good one, folks. Here we go with the Miami Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alright, so here we go. Same as the sprint.
No caps.
Understood.
Let's go.
Go ahead and deploy. Fuel set for conserve. Alright. Schumacher fighting for P19 against Ocon, who's running old parts. Side by side. We're coming through sector 1, start of sector 2. See if we can get a foot down on him. Yes, he can. See if Sargent can do the same here. Not quite. Come on. Alright, there we go. Don't slip up. Alright, there we go. Push him out of the way. Both Alpines behind us. Coming out of this corner. Alright. It's a good start to our race. We'll watch that replay.
I got this car.
Nice little audio line from Sargent. As we see Schumacher trying to overtake Valtteri Bottas. Not quite.
DRS enabled. DRS enabled. P20.
Alright.
Ocon behind us.
Yeah, let's not fight. We'll have Sargent give way. I just don't want to jeopardize his position right now. Let him through. Let him through. Yeah, I wasn't telling you to overtake him.
Copy.
Seems like Schumacher has better momentum than Sargent right now. That's why we let him through. Alright, lap 15. And we made a few positions. I don't know if nobody behind us has made a pit stop yet. But our tires for Sargent look like he can run a few more laps. Maybe 2 or 3. we'll go ahead and see what we can do here.
Sorry, I stuck with the video a little bit.
18, 19. We'll push 19, and then go for that. We'll do that. Because that's what we're running right now. Alright, yeah, let's go 19 for Sargent. And because he's running good pace right now on those tires. And then we'll probably push back Schumacher as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that now. I don't know if they're on the same pace for tire wear. 46, 46, yes they are. So we'll have to sacrifice. We'll put Schumacher. We'll give Schumacher the first pit stop here. We'll extend his second stint on the softs. Alright, yeah. So lap 18 for Schumacher, lap 19 for Sargent. So we're gonna switch them around. Alright. Alright, here we are. Pit window for Schumacher. We're gonna go to another set of softs, save another set of softs for any incidents.
Let's box at the end of this lap. Box at the end of this lap.
We go have it.
Copy, box.
Take curves off. Push. And we'll have you harvest.
Copy.
Bottas and Gasly, first ones into the pits. No, they weren't. Albon, Joe, Ocon, Tsunoda, Norris, Claire. So we're a second iteration of pit stops. Yellow flag, safety car. All right.
Safety car, safety car.
We have to see what happens
Charge
here.
on. Stay close to the reference.
Copy.
So you keep working on your...
Nico Hulkenberg there. Oh, that'll be a costly crash as the car makes contact with the wall. And all it can take is one mistake, one momentary lapse of concentration.
Alright, so I don't believe this was our first safety car. Hulkenberg is out. That's 2 positions. Sargent up P15, Schumacher
Got a car
14.
Is he okay?
All okay, all okay.
Where are
There
we
could
at
be
right
debris
now?
there.
We're gonna do some thinking here for the safety car, because I know it's gonna be out for quite some time. That'll cover both of our pit strategies. We may be able to run the rest of the race to hards. Piastri's going on the softs, and the Red Bull is going on the hards. Red Bull might be running to the hards to the end. Alright, we're going to double stop and see what we can do about it. Sargent is coming in behind Schumacher. Safety car is out, and they're coming into the pits right now. And that's a left rear issue. God fucking damn it.
Sorry, mate.
Sargent go through? He didn't go through. Why
dear,
are
oh
you
dear,
not?
That's not a good stop.
Oh no. God, I didn't tell him to pit, did I? No, I didn't. Well, that's gonna be a fuck up for us with Logan Sargent.
Okay, so currently we're P17. Got 1.2 seconds.
Sargent still in
Next car back is
sauce.
Joe. He's 8 seconds behind now.
I put them
Box,
on the
box.
new strategy. What the fuck is going
copy,
on
box,
here,
box.
bro? I changed that, and I also told them to pit. This is gonna suck.
Strategies are good.
Copy.
Titan's looking under control.
Okay.
It doesn't look like safety car's coming in. Maybe at the next.
Okay, so 10%
Maybe at the
all
end
under
of the next
control.
lap.
Copy.
So we kind of fucked over Schumacher. Sargent's running a one stop on those hard tires. A lot of people are on the hard tires, and some people are on softs. Alright. Alright, here we
Safety car
go.
is pulling away.
Perez leading the group.
Racing from the
Piastri
line.
pulling over Verstappen there on the inside. Kind of fucks him up there on the last corner. But Piastri does have damaged parts. And here we go. Sargent leading our teammate Schumacher by 2 positions against Correa. And let's see what they can do. Correa's holding off Schumacher right now.
Couple of cars off there,
Right, yellow flag. Let's see the replay.
so just watch going through that.
So let's take a look at the replay. Here we are then at the 11th corner. Dangerously close to each other. And oh, that's obviously far from intentional, but there was contact. That will have knocked their confidence, I'm sure. And not much that the team can do about that one.
I feel like they can do a better job on the replay animation and audio, but they aren't common. You guys are running good. I don't want Sargent to be fighting Schumacher every time, but Schumacher is not catching up to Ricardo. All right.
Red flag, red flag.
Who is that? That's a Red Bull. Who was that?
I crashed.
And look at the team there. They all knew what that moment meant.
Alright, so red flag mayhem here in Miami. 20 minutes till restart. Condition, weather, no. Clear skies. 3 minutes after restart, clear skies. Conditions on restart, cloudy. Dry. 13th and 14th. We could... What lap are we starting on? 30, 29? 34. Do we have enough to go with mediums? Because I know we won't have enough with softs. Let's go mediums.
It's lights out.
Alright, Piastri and
Oh,
Perez,
away we
or Verstappen up ahead on mediums, so we should be able to run the rest of this race on those mediums.
On click overtake.
27 laps,
Copy.
28 laps. Oh, it involved both of the Red Bulls, so Sonoda... Okay, no penalty for Sonoda. We have a chance at points here in Miami. Sargent's home race. Would be great.
On keep an eye on the battery.
Alright, lap 41. Sonoda's back in the mix here. So, we're not gonna have to worry about. We're not worrying about points right now. Just fighting against Sonoda. They're at the end of the lap, so they are gonna get some battery back.
Okay, mate, so overtake isn't available at the moment.
We have DRS, and you're not gonna use it. Okay. Final lap. Sargent's pushing those medium tires really to the edge. Hopefully he doesn't crash out. We have him on serve. Magnussen's still 12 seconds out. We're all on the same. Yeah, we're all on the lead lap still. And that's, I believe, Stefan back there, yep. And that is a Haas of Magnussen. So we're not going to be lapped this time around. That's nice.
Let's look after these tyres just a little bit.
Okay.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Reminder, a little bit of lift off where you can.
Okay, and that is the
All
check
right.
flag.
It's not what we wanted.
So
A few laps to go, but it's
13.
a good finish. Personal best so far.
Well done.
Now on to the next one.
It's honestly better to control these
Thanks
races
again.
for a better result than
Okay,
automate
so
them.
it'll be normal switch off procedures when you come in the pit lane, please.
E13 and 14 is personal best for the team. We'll take that in account.
And now with the race done, we can see Logan Sargent there.
A 14th place finish today, no points and lots to think about.
And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievements.
That takes him up to 3 wins this season. They proved just so hard to beat.
And after a hot and sweaty Miami Grand Prix, I think this is as good a time as any to cool off. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
They didn't do too badly today. A pretty respectable outcome as far as they'll be concerned. But they need to keep pushing. They can't afford to sit back.
And with that, our weekend in Miami now draws to a close.
Now the teams will be looking ahead to Imola, where the season progresses with the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Get ready for some fierce competition.
Alright, so personal best for us. And we did pay attention to our pit stops. We'll go ahead and take a look at that here in a moment. A little bit of driver changes here in the standings. Constructors, Ferrari holding on to the lead against Red Bull by 12 points. Red Bull trying to catch up, actually. And we're going to do the same thing that we did in the next episode that we did for this episode. We're going to simulate through Imola, and then we're going to drive Monaco. We're going to basically focus on finishing out the rest of these because it does not look pretty. We're still waiting for that. 3 days for that. And then we finish for the rest of the designs to get Monaco. So hopefully we can get those parts finished in time for Monaco. That's the plan anyways. Most race data. Rear wing. Yeah. Personal best so far. Let's see if their behavior improves. Schumacher's is improved. I had 5 demoralized before the race. Now we're mostly in the negative. But biggest issue facilities, yes, they're all in process. Because we don't have enough money here on the bottom right corner. That wouldn't be an issue, but it looks like most things are going to be wrapping up here for Imola, actually, other than the simulator. But yeah, so we'll have some facilities. Hopefully that'll improve our staff's mentality. Hopefully the red will go away. Most of it will be yellow and white. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and look and see what we can do for the research, and then we'll see you guys in the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoy it.